Good morning. Does anyone remember the old movie called Good Morning Vietnam? Every time I tell you guys good morning, it reminds me of that. I don't know why, but I always loved when he said, "Good morning, Vietnam." I don't remember a whole lot about that movie, but I remember that I liked it. And I guess it was really good. I don't know. I've watched it a couple of times, but it was years ago. Now I'm going to have to look it up. I think it was Robin Williams, wasn't it? I always liked him. I always thought he was really funny. He was a good actor. I'm just finishing up my morning coffee, and then we're going to head out to the homeschool room to get homeschool done. We have already been on a walk. We've already showered. We are ready to get this day going. In a little bit, Jackie's going to wake up, and he has to leave for work today. So we're trying to get all of our stuff done so we can spend a little bit of time with him before he has to go. So come on, let's get on with our day. We finally got the cat scratcher made. We got enough cardboard strips cut up and zip tied them together. And I think it's safe to say that Pixie loves it. She always loves the ones we buy, but I thought it would be neat to make one this time. There she goes. We decided before we make the shapes of volume to actually try a card. And now that Jackson's older, this is actually pretty easy for him, isn't it?
It was still pretty easy for me before.
Last time you got frustrated, we had to do some easier shapes, but you did really well making that.
What in the heck?
What's going on?
Each square keeps like flipping over.
Oh, there you go. Let's see. Good job. Was that one hard or easy?
It was medium.
You're gonna try one more?
Maybe.
Okay, I'll try one more. Sometimes in life, when things are hard and we don't understand them, sometimes if we give our brains some time to grow and develop, then that thing's not as hard, right?
Yeah.
Then it becomes easier. When we tried these last year, you were okay at some of the easier ones, but you had to stick to the very basic ones. Now you understand the idea of how to copy what's up there and make yours look the same. I think all the days you've been building Legos has helped your mind understand the way things fit together better. Do you think so?
Yeah.
Can we see what you've made with your Legos today?
It's a sword, but it's also a fidget spinner.
A sword and a fidget spinner. That is really, really cool. Every day you build different things, don't you? I like to take pictures of them.
This took me 2 days to find.
To find that piece?
Yes.
I like to take pictures of your stuff because as soon as I see it, the next time I try to look at it, you've already taken it apart and built something else out of it.
Yep.
Okay, we recreated yesterday's Math 3D image with the blocks today so that it's easier for Jackson's eyes to see how many cubes it takes to make this. Is that easier for you? Hold the page for us, little guy. So now when we look at this, it's like looking at this. And we can see that even though we don't see the cubes back here, that we can know they're there, right? All right, let's do this one next. Block down, block down. There we go. So now we can see that even though we can only see these ones and these ones, that we know there's a whole other row down there. Do you remember what Mom told you that's called? It's visual spatial skills, that your mind can be able to view how it would look if you turned it like this, how it would still look the same. Do you see?
Yes.
Does that make it easier to understand?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. So if we have a more complex shape like this, if we want to find the volume of it, you can easily in your mind break it down to 3 different shapes. So what is the volume of this part?
6.
What is the volume of this shape?
6.
Okay, what is the volume of this piece?
10.
Good, so you have 6 and 6 and 10. So what is the volume of this more complex shape?
22.
6 and 6 and 10. Yes, 22. Very, very good. What is your shape you made? Stairs. What was your joke about stairs?
What goes up but doesn't move?
What goes up but doesn't move? And I didn't know the answer, but you said it was
stairs.
Stairs. Good one. We have a new subscriber from Japan. Did we find Japan?
Yes.
Can you point to it?
Right there.
Okay, we have a subscriber from Australia.
Ow.
Which is down here. And we have a subscriber from Botswana, Africa. Can you point to Botswana?
Right here.
Right there. We have 2 subscribers from Botswana.
And a fellow YouTuber.
Yeah, we have subscribers from all over the world now, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
We appreciate all of our subscribers, don't we? It's always nice to get to know about other cultures and other people. So thank you to all of our subscribers for joining in, for watching our videos, right?
Yep.
It's already lunchtime. I haven't been too chatty on today's video yet because I'm trying to do all the things for Jackie to get ready to go back for work. He's going to leave here in a little bit, and I'm about to warm us up some lunch. I'm going to warm over the leftovers that we had last night. I made goulash with green beans, and I just threw it all back in the same pot last night to store it in the refrigerator. So I don't know if I'm going to mix it all together or just heat it up like this and just try to stir these on this side and this on this side, but either way, I'm fine with mine mixed together. I was going to make spaghetti last night and realized I didn't have, you know, the long spaghetti noodles, so I turned it into goulash. Still using spaghetti sauce, and I put in 2 cans of Rotel and a little extra seasoning, and then my different macaroni noodles that I had, and it was actually really good. So we're gonna have this for lunch today. I don't know what Jackson will eat. He barely eats lunch. I'm gonna try to get him to at least eat maybe a couple of crackers and maybe an orange. I don't know, we'll see. Okay, we are finished with lunch. Jackie went to work, left on his long drive to work, and I am back in the homeschool room. When Jackson and I were doing our homeschool lessons earlier, we had a teeny tiny spider crawl across our desk. And as you can imagine, that did not fare well with Jackson. Even though I was quickly able to get rid of it, he was very much in a panic and very unable to think about anything else. So we wrapped up homeschool and finished that up, and I have assured him that I will come out here and thoroughly spray for spiders today or any other creepy crawlies. And I also brought out our peppermint air fresheners. We have these little, I call them a little sachet pack, that smell just like fresh peppermint. Jackson and I both love the smell of peppermint, so we've had these in the car and in the house and things like that, but he also knows that spiders and other creepy crawlies don't really like the smell of peppermint. One of the ways I get Jackson to come outside with me is to spray peppermint on him. I think I've told you that before. I spray it on to avoid mosquitoes or whatever, but we spray peppermint spray all the time. We spray it on us daily. We have some from Bath and Body Works. But anyway, I'm going to vacuum out here in the shed. And by the way, you're sitting on my husband's desk right now. We have this little just handheld sweeper just to sweep up out here. So I'm going to sweep up, I'm going to tidy up just a little bit, and then I'm going to spray thoroughly, and then we'll be done in here for the day. We keep this rug right in front of the doorway just to catch all of the grass and stuff. You know, when you live in a dry area, everything comes in on your shoes. So I vacuumed that first, or swept it, whatever you want to call this. Then the rest of it will be quick and easy. I can't say enough how much I love this small shed for our homeschool. Might as well leave that out until I spray. That is pretty good. I'll do this side a little bit more in a minute. We use this every summer. I usually buy a big jug of this. This summer I decided just to get the little one. It's easier to carry around. Why am I out of breath just doing that much work? I don't know why. But this stuff works amazing. If I spray this every month or two, I don't ever see spiders. I don't ever see even spider webs in our house, really. So this definitely works. All it takes is spraying it around your perimeter, a little bit in your window sills, just around the edges. And it is pet safe, people safe. Once it's dry, it's safe for all. And I'm going to spray quite a bit, like in front of the door. That should do it. It doesn't take much. Next, I'm going to take that down in the cellar and douse the cellar too, because we are coming up on tornado season. We don't often go in our cellar, but that's all the more reason to spray it out. The other day, Jackson and I got it opened because we did have storms in the area. And I have left it open to kind of air out. I don't like to go down in there, but I'm at least going to stand at the door and spray around inside. Just so if we do have to go in there, I know it's free of critters. Open one of these. We usually have air fresheners. There's actually one clipped up there in the air conditioner. I don't smell it too much anymore. We've been using these. This is Jackson's favorite scent right now. It's Supernova. They smell really good, but they don't last very long. This is strong. The smell of these doesn't last super long either, but it will help not only prevent spiders maybe from coming in here, but it will help Jackson be assured that I have come in here and I have done something. Because when he smells mint, the same as putting it on his body, when he smells it, it's a reminder to him that he is somewhat protected. So I may actually hang one of these over here by my husband's desk and then put another one over there. They smell strongly like mint, but not overpoweringly. I should have not tied it. Maybe I'll just set it up on top. There's vents up there, so I think that'll be enough to spread the smell around. And then I'll stick another one over here. Since Jackie's not here to have to deal with the smell, because he probably wouldn't like it too much. But I'll put one of these over here. I'll just hang it on this hook that's on the refrigerator. And there we go. Lay this rug back out. And vacuum or sweep just a little bit more around the desk area. Yeah, there we go. This thing really does work well. I think I'll go ahead and restock the refrigerator while I'm out here too. Just put a few extra waters in there. I need to bring out some of Jackson's little pouches. This is his last one. He opened it today and stuck it back in here for tomorrow. Let me put some waters in there. It's nice to keep some drinks out here. So when we're out here working, or when my husband's out here working at his desk, we don't have to go back and forth to the house. What is your favorite drink to keep stocked in your refrigerator? Or what do you keep stocked? Out here we mostly keep water, and Jackson drinks, or my husband drinks Red Bull. There's one other kind he drinks, I don't remember what it is. But there's those. In the house we usually keep some sort of Powerade Zero or Gatorade Zero. If we don't have that, we have Propel. Something to keep the hydration up. All right, there we go. I think that's all we need to do in here. I can't think of anything else, so let me close this place down and go back inside, and I'll catch up with you in a little bit. Here is my cellar. I have 2 folding chairs here in case we do need to go down here. But look at even just the spider eggs on this door. I'm not playing around with this spray or these bugs. And I'm not going down in there. You can see Jackson has a little chair down there that we've had down there since he was a toddler. I will come out eventually and sweep these steps off, but not until I know that there's nothing down there that's gonna crawl on me. Think that'll do it? Think that will eliminate anything that's in there? I hope so. Back in the house, hands washed as always. I'm going to attempt to warm Jackson up some lunch in hopes that he'll eat at least a couple of bites. Well, there is one specific brand of frozen pizza that Jackson will eat, and it's kind of our go-to when we're at home. So I made this, I guess last night. Did I make it last night? Last night or the night before. And this is, well, I made it the night before, and he also ate it last night, and he'll eat it again for lunch. Hopefully at least nibble on a piece. I don't mind cooking these because, again, this is some of the best nutrition he gets besides his supplements that he takes every day. And he won't eat it if I warm it up in the microwave, but if I toast it in the toaster oven, then it comes out tasting about like it did before it was refrigerated and reheated. So hopefully he'll snack on that. And I'm going to offer a couple of grapes and probably a little cutie orange. We call them oranges. They're actually mandarins, but I think in the United States people kind of use the terms either way, you know, however they want to. Interchangeably, I guess is the word I'm trying to say. We have apples or mandarins. Sometimes adding a fun little plate helps too. Most of the time we use paper plates, but sometimes adding that extra little flair, I don't know, just adds a change to it, I guess. Maybe it's in my imagination. So there, I've peeled his orange. I'm gonna pull them apart. Get rid of anything stringy that might be a turnoff or that might provoke a gag reflex. And then these say they're already washed, but I don't take a chance with fruit. I'm going to go ahead and rinse off a couple of them. One way we are extremely lucky, ARFID is very, very hard to deal with. It's very stressful for the person that has it and for the people that are responsible for getting them to stay healthy. But one perk that we have that other parents with ARFID kiddos don't have is that Jackson does like several types of fruit, especially when they're a little bit more in season and a little bit more flavor. So we'll just wait on his pizza to be done. Another thing I do to help Jackson eat is not to sit next to him or kind of stand over him, if that makes sense. To not have the demand of someone being there expecting you to eat. So what I'll do is I won't even say, come and eat. I will say, your lunch is ready, it's on the table, and then I will go get busy in the living room. I'll go read my book or something. And then when he wanders in, he can nibble whatever he feels like he can eat without any added pressure. So we have just another minute for the pizza. What did you have for lunch? What are you gonna have for dinner? One of the, I don't wanna say perks, you know, there's never perks to your husband not being home, but one of the biggest differences when Jackie is not home is I don't have to constantly come up with something to cook for dinner, and I don't have to have some kind of lunch here ready. I say this all the time. I can cook one meal and eat on it for 4 or 5 days. It doesn't bother me a bit. I can make it in different ways. You know, I can cook one kind of meat and eat it as meat, and then eat it on a salad, and then eat it as a wrap or something, you know. When Jackie is home, you know, he wants an actual meal, as most men do. So it's so hard. I don't mind cooking the meal. It's like figuring out what to cook. I feel like I make the same stuff over and over and over. And he and I don't like a lot of the same foods, so there's always that struggle too, but we make it work. This time for his 2 weeks home, we only ordered dinner in one time, so I'm very proud of us. Go us. We did eat a couple of lunches out, like when we went to Buc-ee's for the barbecue yesterday, and when we went on our date and had the burgers after we went to the antique shop. But we only ordered dinner one time out of 2 weeks, and that is a good record for us. So I'm proud of us. I'm proud of me for cooking more, and proud of us just for being satisfied with what's here more. I've been trying to use up a lot of meat that's in my freezer, or not meat, just, you know, random stuff that's in my freezer, and I have my freezer just about emptied out to where we can start fresh and just start kind of meal planning 2 or 3 meals at a time and ordering them like I usually do, but actually having more space in the freezer because it's not full of stuff that needs to be used. So here's Jackson's lunch. I'm also going to set out a little yogurt drink. I'm going to pop a straw in it, so Jackson won't have to wait until his body feels thirsty, because a lot of times he doesn't feel thirst or hunger, and he doesn't have to have the executive functioning in place to get up and get a drink even if he is thirsty, because a lot of times he just flat won't. He'll just be thirsty. So I'm also going to set this right by his lunch. Let's go get him. There it is. Let's take my book out of here. We'll take it in the living room. There's my cluttered corner. The contractor never came yesterday, and I was so anxious over it. My husband finally just told me, just call, you know, message him and tell him just to come when I'm back home. So I messaged him and told him that we want to wait a week or two. That way I don't have to deal with this on my own when I'm the only adult here. Because if he'll come and work on it when Jackie's here, Jackson and I can leave. We can get out of the house and not be as anxious or stressed because somebody's in here. So, okay, rant over. Let's go get Jackson for lunch. Your lunch is on the table whenever you're ready, okay?
Okay. Why are you doing that?
They helped me prepare your lunch, so we came together to get you. Okay?
This seems awkward.
Awkward! All right, come eat whenever you're ready. It's warm pizza, some fruit, and some yogurt, okay?
Okay.
We were going to go after Jackie left and get Jackson some new glasses. Go look at frames and let him pick out some new glasses. But I think he is done for the day. I don't think I'm going to get him to go anywhere else or do anything else. But I did get a coupon in the mail that with insurance we can get a free second pair of glasses. So maybe that'll be something we can look at. We did that last time Jackson got glasses, and I'm glad we did, because the pair that he really wanted, he ended up not liking to wear them. He says they make his face sweaty and itchy. And the pair that was kind of the extra pair that I convinced him just to get for a backup pair are the pair that he actually wears the most. So I think it's always good, you know, anytime you can have options. You know, some people just like to have options and switch them back and forth, but especially when you have a sensory kiddo, it's good to have options when you get home so that they can see which one is easier for them to wear and which one feels the most comfortable. So I think I'm going to go read my book for a little while. Jackson is going to eat lunch, and it won't be too long before he has his electronic time. And I also have to fold a huge pile of laundry later. So I'm going to go finish my drink, read my book, have a little time to myself before I get busy again. So that'll be it for today's video. As always, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. And I'm trying to figure out, YouTube Studio tells me that most of my videos are between 20 and 25 minutes long, and my average view time is about 5 to 6 minutes long. So I'm trying to give you guys a test and see who is with me till the end. If you've made it this far, leave me any emoji you want to in the comments. Anything funny, anything silly, just leave a smiley, leave a thumbs up. If I see a comment that just has some kind of an emoji with it, I'm gonna know that you were with me all the way through the end of today's video. See you tomorrow.